My 15-year-old daughter called me, sobbing, from the farmer's market. 6 grown women had surrounded her. They were yelling that she was a bad Christian. Why? Because she didn't want to play big sister to the children her dad had with his mistress. They tried to shame us in public, so I shamed them in church. With receipts. If you've ever been gaslit, lied about, or cornered by hypocrites who twist religion for power, hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in. Because this revenge is biblical. I'm a 46-year-old mom of 2 teenage girls, 17 and 15. Smart, kind, and tougher than they look. Their father, my ex-husband, died in a car accident last year. But his death wasn't the beginning of the pain. It was just the start of the fallout. Because right before he died, we were in the middle of a divorce. Why? He cheated on me. And not just a one-time mistake. He had a full-blown affair. And even had 2 children with the other woman. Yet, he left behind more than a grieving family. He left behind 2 orphaned baby boys. From an affair. And guess who found the proof? My daughters. They saw the messages. The photos. They put the pieces together. And they were devastated. So I filed for divorce. And before it was finalized, he passed away. Now, I wish I could say that was the end of it. But no. His parents, my ex-in-laws, decided they wanted everything. First, they tried to get custody of my daughters. Then they tried to move into my house. Absolutely not. The custody case is going through court. But the moving in with us part? That's a hard no. Now let's jump to a few weeks ago. It was my youngest daughter's birthday. Since her party was later in the month, I gave her a budget and said, go wild at the weekend market. Get whatever you want. He loves that market. Fresh fruit, sweets, candies, simple joys. After about an hour, I realized I hadn't seen her. Just as I pulled out my phone to call her, my phone rang. It was her, crying. Mom, some weird women are yelling at me. I'm scared. My heart dropped. I grabbed my oldest daughter and ran. We found her near one of the sweet stalls, frozen, shaking, with 6 older women surrounding her. I recognized them. Members of my ex-in-law's church. They were berating her, calling her unchristian, for not spending time with her grandparents, for refusing to be a good big sister to her orphaned brothers. My daughter stood there, shoulders hunched, tears on her face, completely overwhelmed. Then I saw red. I put myself between them and my daughter. Told my eldest, go pay for the stuff and wait in the car. Then I turned to the coven. They told me I was a disgrace of a wife. That I had failed in my duty to care for my ex-in-laws. And that I was a bad Christian woman. Barf. The arguing escalated. Eventually the market staff came and asked us to leave. All of us. These women followed us to the car. Still hurling shame and guilt like it was confetti. That night, once my daughters were asleep, I messaged a friend from their church. Someone kind. Level-headed. He apologized for what happened and then said, your ex-mother-in-law posted a huge story in the church's Facebook group. And wow, it was a masterpiece of manipulation. She claimed we'd abandoned them. Said we left them homeless and penniless. That my daughters refused to see their grandparents. She even blamed us for the baby boys getting sent to live with distant relatives. Said it was all our fault. But the real kicker? She told the church the affair partner was our surrogate. That I was unable to have more children. And I rejected the babies, because they were boys. Absolutely revolting. But you know what? That lie was their biggest mistake. Because guess who had proof? Me. That night, once my daughters were asleep, I messaged a friend from their church. Someone kind. Level-headed. He apologized for what happened and then said, your ex-mother-in-law posted a huge story in the church's Facebook group. And wow, it was a masterpiece of manipulation. She claimed we'd abandoned them. Said we left them homeless and penniless. That my daughters refused to see their grandparents. She even blamed us for the baby boys getting sent to live with distant relatives. Said it was all our fault. But the real kicker? She told the church the affair partner was our surrogate. That I was unable to have more children. And I rejected the babies, because they were boys. Absolutely revolting. But you know what? That lie was their biggest mistake. Because guess who had proof? Me. Since the divorce wasn't finalized when he died, I still had every file, every screenshot, and every email. The next day, I took the day off work. Went to a print shop. Printed photos of my ex and his side chick in our house. Text conversations between them. Screenshots of his parents encouraging the affair. Emails of my in-laws harassing me during the divorce. Messages calling my daughters bastards. And blaming them for their father's death. That last one was sent just 2 days after he died. Then I got creative. See, their church gives out hymn binders to everyone who forgets theirs. So I made my own. Same size. Same cover. Same layout. But inside. Page 1. A full-color photo of my ex and his mistress. Kissing. In our living room. Underneath. Ex-husband's name and mistress name. A love story. I made several copies. Each one full of organized, undeniable evidence. That Sunday I walked into church before service. And placed one of my special binders at the top of each hymnal stack. Then I walked out. Smiling. The fallout? Immediate. Explosive. Holy. By the next day the church's Facebook group was on fire. People were horrified. Furious. Even folks who didn't like me sent apology letters to my daughters. Some still believed I failed in my duty as a wife. But now. They understood. They said things like, maybe one day you'll return to the light. But your husband chose darkness. And my ex-in-laws? They were shamed out of the church. My ex-mother-in-law went on her Facebook wall, crying about how no one cares for the elderly anymore. And how her great son would have taken care of her. Yeah. With what money? I was the breadwinner, remember? Let me be clear. I didn't do this for revenge. I did it for my daughters. For the truth. For the pain they were put through by the people who should have protected them. Sometimes, silence is grace. But sometimes, the truth is holy fire. And I made sure everyone felt the burn. If that story hit you in the soul, smash that like button and drop a comment telling us, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And don't forget to subscribe for more true stories where justice isn't just served. It's served hot.